Hello, everybody.
See,
Oh, you, please go ahead. Yeah.
no, I
No, I
want you to.
thought I thought I was gonna jump first, and then you said.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Start over again. Start over again.
No,
You,
no, no.
you
Let's
start.
continue this as it goes, okay? Because that's
No,
making it like
no, I
weird.
want you to go first.
Okay, but let's not start it all over again because
You already got it. Yeah.
that
Okay.
will take the fun out of it.
Okay.
Okay. So welcome to season 3, episode 5, poems. These days, people are turning to art of poetry while stuck at home because of the pandemic and COVID, and because they want to feel something other than being at home. And I think
Trapped.
that trapped at home, right? And one way to feel something different and exciting is to read a poem, to write a poem, maybe. Isn't that so?
Yes, I think so. And for me, writing poetry is about. It's like a sort of like a psychic movement. Like it's a movement in the spirit or in the soul, where you try to put in words some kind of shift that you had, like an emotional shift or a revelation or a discovery or something that you're offering to the world. So it's about it's kind of it's kind of like quantum.
Oh, you mentioned the spirit. I imagine you're waking up and you start the day with a poem which calms the spirit. I think it's very, very like healthy way to start the day.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Well, talking about waking up, I have a poem. It's called "Falling Down."
well, that's like that in Norway, but let's go on.
It is like waking up and falling down. They're like opposites.
Okay.
So I like to work off opposites, and I like to work off of directional movements that are opposites. So if you can imagine just an image of the Grim Reaper,
Yeah.
the person dressed in black carrying the scythe.
Yeah, I've seen the horror movies before.
Well, this isn't a horror movie. This is about life.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Falling down. The Grim Reaper is serious. We rise up in the morning, briefly bloom, then we are cut down. Down into darkness we fall, one and all. No one escapes his scythe. You cannot buy more time. The amount is fixed at birth. You cannot borrow against it. He always finds you. Do not try to hide. Down into darkness we fall, one and all. Still, how good it is to eat jam on toast. How beautiful the leaves look in the late autumn. How sweet the scent of candles and incense in churches, which are at the moment closed.
Well,
That's the end.
I'm really impressed with your poetry because first of all, it made me focus. It kind of had me focused on imagery, and also you made your lines emotional. And when I was listening, this mental imagery I had was like the most appealing part of it all. I was because again I was emotional and I felt. I'm not sure if it's positive, but I definitely saw something. Not
Yeah,
with
you
my
felt
eyes.
something.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, good. Then the poem did its job.
Why when did you start writing poems?
I guess I was about 8 or 9 or 10 years old. I've written my whole life. Traveled all around the world, and I've always my best friend and companion is my pen and paper. So I remember as a little girl, around Thanksgiving, we would have extended family over, and we had a little bulletin board in this one room where we would set up extra tables for the aunts and uncles to come by. And I would decorate the bulletin board with like a seasonal theme, like cutting out leaves, and then I would write a poem. And then I would make place cards for each person, 15, 20 people coming to the Thanksgiving dinner. And then, I remember writing poems for the 4th of July and poems for Christmas. So I guess I started writing when I was in elementary school. And and I volunteered to recite poems and memorize poems when I was in elementary school. It's strange. I can still remember a poem that the teacher, I guess I was in 5th grade, the teacher said, we're going to be having a play at school. You know, some people are going to be singing, some people are going to be dancing, someone is going to do some drawing, and then the teacher said, I have this poem that I want someone to recite. It's very long, it's very difficult. So I raised my hand. I said, I want to recite the poem.
Yeah, that's like the most difficult part for me, because reading is one thing, but reciting and it's totally different. Writing is one thing, but reading it out loud and reciting is totally different.
No, we had to memorize it, and like it's 1,000 years later, and I can still, remember some of the lines. It was called Abu bin Adam. Abu bin Adam, may his tribe increase, awoke one night from a deep dream of peace, and saw within the moonlight in his room an angel writing. And it goes on and on and on.
You see, when you read it out loud, I have the effect is absolutely different if I was reading it from a book, like I bought from a bookstore, or because you use your voice, and your voice adds to the emotion and to the sense of the poem. Like, do you remember that John Clare poem, I Am? And I told you many times. Yeah, I told you, I guess, a few times that if I ever came across it in the bookstore, I would have just put it back and never read again. But in this TV series, Penny Dreadful, when it was read out loud, it immediately came close to my heart, and I can't forget it since then. I am. Yet,
well, a few of our subscribers may have listened in to season 1 or season 2, but what are some of the lines from the poem by John Clare?
Oh, that. Well, I remember the first and the last. I think I am yet what I am. None cares or knows. My friends forsake me like memory lost. I am the self-consumer of my voice. And then at the end, a few lines at the end. I love it. I don't know why. I just love it. I long for scenes where man hath never trod, a place where woman never smiled or wept, there to abide with my Creator God and sleep as I in childhood sweetly slept, untroubling and untroubled where I lie, the grass below, above the vaulted sky. I know I read it too fast, but it's it takes practice to read the poem.
Yeah,
it works.
No, it's a beautiful.
I love it.
It's a beautiful poem. I like it a lot. I did watch that series, Penny Dreadful, and it was very engaging. I heard that the series got canceled because the sets were so elaborate, and it was not appealing to a mass audience. It was a little bit more, refined, esoteric.
Hey,
how about you? Go ahead.
No. What about me?
What I was going to say is, well, when did you get interested in poetry or writing some poetry?
I don't know. I guess 5 years ago, I somehow started writing limericks of some kind. It wasn't like what was there once was a guy from Nantucket, not that, but
and he put a head on his bucket. Yeah,
I guess
he put a bucket on his head. Okay, go ahead.
I had this time in my life. I don't know. You asked me before why people read poems. I told you because they're sad. I was sad at the time. Because they're sad. Because happy people write songs. And I don't know who said it, but I think there's it's deep. Okay, and I was sad, and I started writing poems. And hey, you wanna? It's not mine, but I remember the 2 lines. I loved it just as I love John Clare's poetry.
Yes.
I don't know who wrote it, but look at this. She by the river sat, and sitting there she wept, and made it deeper by a tear. That's all. That's the whole poem. Just 2 lines. It's not a haiku. I guess it's British made, but that's it. I like it too.
Okay, read it again. Read it again slowly.
She by the river sat, and sitting there she wept, and made it deeper by a tear.
Oh, I like it.
Maybe I read it wrong. I read it wrong. Or
No.
The emphasis should be different, but I never ever listened to anybody else reading it out loud. So.
No, I think it takes a few minutes, and I think that for the poem to sink in, you have to be able to pause, and you're very fast.
Absolutely.
You're fast.
I'm struggling to slow myself down, but somehow my subconscious takes over. And
no, it's okay. I think it's beautiful because the weeping girl and then the river. There's like this kind of this relationship between the two. It's really quite It's really quite nice. I agree that poetry is born of some sadness. I'm one of my themes in my writing over the years has been the passage of time, and I'm very fascinated by the lines of the poem by Andrew Marvell, To His Coy Mistress. He's trying to write a carpe diem poem to this woman and convince her to go ahead and enjoy being with him. And he says, at my back I always hear time's winged chariot hurrying near. So the idea of the sun crossing the sky, riding in a chariot. I don't know. I mean, that's like a great line. If a guy ever wrote me that poem, I would be like melting.
Could you let me have one more of your poem? Do you have it in front of you?
A poem that I've written?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I have just poems in front of me.
Just read it.
Just read it off the top of my head?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. This one is one that I wrote August of 2017, and it is called Singular Affinity. You wanted to clarify that this is a new beginning, a metaphorical death of all that was before. But even before we were together, so how dare you try to obliterate the past? The past cannot be wiped away like a spill on the counter. All the cards were on the table. You knew what you were getting into before the game began. You were the one who invited me to the table and asked me to spin the roulette wheel. You know I prefer blackjack, and I'm already in love with the Jack of Diamonds. I'm sorry that you're sorry, I admit.
What confuses me a little bit about poems like that is there is no third distinct rhyme, which I'm unaccustomed to. I'm kind of trying to go after the rhyme, whatever I write. That's probably
My love is like a red, red rose that sweetly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that plays like a tune.
Yeah, more like that. In 17, I wrote a poem too. I'm not sure if it qualifies for a poem, but it's. I can read it out loud to you too. I just found it.
Sure.
In my email, not sent. It's been.
When you were 17 years older, or 2017?
No, just in 2017. I told you it was 5 years ago. I started to write poems, and many of them just stay there in my mailbox, unsent, in an unsent folder. And
really?
I just opened it. I found it right away. Here it goes.
Okay.
Oblivious to the heat, the soldiers' feet are clad in sandals in the city of scandals. He ordered to stand guard, for it has been hard, or so he believes, in the city of thieves. Frater is Latin for brother, as they call one another, when the die is cast in the city of lust. During this comedic play, he turns to heaven and pray, hallowed be your name, our Father. It's a city unlike any other. Well, that's the end. I think it's a flow of...
Wait a minute. You have to stop. Just stop. Okay, can't talk. Okay. No, you have lots of internal rhyme, like brother, another.
Yeah.
Then you've got the city of lies, city of thieves, city of lust.
It's a flow of consciousness kind of thing. I'm not even sure what it's all about, but...
I like it. I like it a lot. I would like to see maybe you could print it below in the comments so we could see like the written text of it. I like it a lot. It's good.
Thank you. That
That's
would be
good.
great to share with the world. I couldn't keep it in any longer.
What are the opening lines of it again? That's just the first two.
Well, I'm confused a little bit, but oblivious to the heat, the soldier's feet. Does that make any sense?
We'll read the rest of it. Read the end of the sentence.
Are clad in sandals in the city of scandals.
That's perfect.
Really?
So sandals, scandals.
Yeah.
And then also when one line flows to the next, that's called enjambment.
Oh.
Enjambment. It's called like the thought doesn't end at the end of the line; it ends in the next line. So that's like a poetic technique. So you've got alliteration going on there, assonance going on there, enjambment. I mean, you're a poet and you don't know it.
I wish I could know all this stuff and had a time in my life when I studied this and learned a lot. But I like the last four lines that during this comedic. How do you say comedic? Comedic play?
Comedic. Uh-huh.
During this comedic play, he turns to heaven and pray, hallowed be your name, our Father. It's a city unlike any other. I don't know why, but somehow that was false close.
No, I like it. I like it. You've got the themes of war and some themes of lust and some themes of struggle. And
thank you.
You've got a lot going on there. Like it's jam.
There is no logic in it. Yeah, but let me have more of yours poems.
Well, we didn't discuss how many poems we're gonna,
just
read.
One more, and that's it.
Okay, I don't know. But I don't have them like in front of me.
Okay.
Okay, well this one's kind of dramatic.
Right.
Okay, it's also this like little X-rated. But not too X-rated.
Okay.
It's about a picnic.
That's perfect.
It's a picnic. That's
There's
the last
nothing
poem I'm
X-rated
reading.
about picnic. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this picnic it is. This one I wrote in May of 2017, 1920. Yeah. Uh-huh. The picnic. Okay. The ants came to the picnic of love and crawled on your body and mine. They traced with your tongue tracks of sweat and salt. Clouds opened up in the gray sky, and the sun burned down on legs so pale. The rain left bruises on my wrists and palms as you insisted on and on. That's the picnic.
No, I'm not saying anything because you said there should be a pause after you read the poem.
Yeah, the ants came to the picnic of love. So, ants are always crawling around at picnics. You go out for a picnic, you lay out your blanket. They're always crawling around eating delicious things.
Yeah, you say ants, I imagine ants immediately.
Yes, and if the picnic's in the summertime, it might be a little bit sweaty, and like there might be salt on your skin, and then it like starts raining. The rain left bruises on my wrists and palms. So it's really about a rainstorm.
I was kind of expecting when you said it's X-rated. I was kind of expecting a line in the line of a drunken girl vomiting or something like that. And
that's not romantic. A drunken girl vomiting.
Or maybe not. But
it's your poem.
Yeah. And I've just noticed that we've passed like 19 minutes by now. Maybe we should wrap it up as soon as possible because that's...
Yes, because at my back I always hear Time's winged chariot hurrying near. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you around the bend.